Shalom to the elect of Israel. Got to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rikah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the occupants pushing this truth, but the four winds of the earth, picking up the hope for the elect. And coming at you another lesson, Lord, wouldn't it be edifying? And shalom to the Agwaf who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah, coming at you another lesson in truth, faith, edification, and facts. So this is titled, Our Salvation is Nearer Than When We First Believed. Our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. When we first came into this truth, whatever time it was, now, today, okay, the year of prophecy, December 2018, our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. This is Acts chapter 1, verse 6, and it reads, When they therefore were come together, and this is about the disciples, the apostles, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel? Now this is what the apostles, the disciples, was asking Yahushua when he had risen. Was he about to restore the kingdom to Israel? Okay, this how you know the kingdom is only for the Israelites. He said, would thou, read this again, Acts chapter 1 verse 6. Well, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? And he said unto them, this is what Yahushua said, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. Okay, so it wasn't time for the kingdom to be restored to Israel at that time. Now this was over 2,000 years ago, okay, when the apostles, the disciples, asked Yahushua about the kingdom of heaven being restored to Israel. This is over 2,000 years ago. So how much more now in this time? Now this is Romans chapter 13. Romans chapter 13 verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Okay, so it's time now to be ready, man. To be putting on the armor of light. To be watchers. To keep watch. Okay, we're in a time now when Yahweh is about to send his son Yahushua back to redeem the elect. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 43. Blessed is that servant whom the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Again, Luke chapter 12, verse 43. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord Yahushua, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Of a truly I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. Okay? So, we're supposed to be in a time of being a watchman. Okay? Being watchman over Israel, man. Keeping watch. For the Lord say, the ones that are not watching, he will come to them like a thief in the night. Now, we're in a time of our salvation. Okay? Our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. Like the apostles when they asked the Lord, was he about to restore the kingdom of heaven? The Lord said it wasn't time then, man. Okay? It wasn't time for that at the time. Because Israel had to go through a lot of things then, man. And if the Lord had told, if Yahweh had told his apostles, his disciples, what had to happen before the kingdom of heaven get established, they probably would have fell out of the faith, man. Knowing that it was going to be a long period of time, not knowing that they was going to be put to death, okay, even though he told them that they shall drink of the cup that he had to go through, okay, a partial cup, they would probably have fell out of the faith, man. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except their calling might fall away first. Now this is what the Lord was telling Peter now. He said that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. So when Peter asked him in Acts 1 and 6, will he at this time restore the kingdom of heaven? The Lord said it was not that time for them to know that, man. Why? Because it tell you right here in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. What falling away? It say, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay? So Esau had to be revealed who he was, Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man. So the so-called white man had to be revealed that they was the Edomites. Okay? That's most importantly. But what was that falling away that had to come first? Let's read it, man. This is Jeremiah 17 and verse 4. And it reads, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies, your enemies, man, in a land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Now, the Lord say, we had to discontinue from our heritage, okay? Now, this is the Apocrypha. This is Baruch. Let me go to Baruch. Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. And it reads, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers. We departed from the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, our power. So we had to discontinue from our heritage, man. That's the point. That's why I say we are yet this day in our captivity. We still here, man. Okay? It say, well, the Lord have scattered us. Now, when you go to Deuteronomy chapter 4, and it reads, this Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27, and the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whether the Lord Yahweh shall lead you. And there you shall serve gods, the works of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor smell. But if from thence thou shalt seek the Lord, thy power, thou shalt find him, and if thou seek him with all thine heart and with all thy soul. So when you go to Baruch, he say, Baruch 3 and 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Now, he said, when you read Baruch chapter 2 and verse, I'm going to read it start at 30. Actually, the 29, because it said the same thing that I just read, that you shall be left few in number in Deuteronomy 4 and 27. This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 29. If you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter you. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves, okay? And shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, their power. For I will give them an heart and ears to hear, Okay? Now I see the same thing right here. Verse 29 in Deuteronomy chapter 4. But if thou shalt seek the Lord Yahweh thy power, thou shalt find him if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Okay? So we know now, man, that it's high time to wake out of sleep, man. Because we are nearer than we first believed to get salvation, man. Okay? We are nearer than when we first believed to get salvation, because a lot of people, what they did was they went and joined to the heathen. Okay? They went and joined and made a covenant with the heathen, man. And the Lord said you don't supposed to make no covenant with the heathens. Now this is Exodus 23 in verse 32. And it reads, Thou shalt make no covenant with the heathen, nor with their gods. And this is what our people did, man, because they want to be like the heathen. They want to follow the custom of the heathen. They want to worship the heathen gods. The Lord said we're not supposed to do that. Now, going back into the Apocrypha, and this is First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. And it reads, In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So they felt like because they left from making a covenant with the heathen, things got rough. But the Lord say, my people always take counsel of the other nations, but not of him, man. Tell you that in Isaiah chapter 30, man. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. The Lord said, don't make no covenant with these heathen, man. And what Jake do? Go make a covenant with the heathen, man. This is Isaiah chapter 30 in verse 1. And it reads, Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with their covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Pharaoh. So this is what our people do, man. They go down to Egypt, man. Okay? They made a covenant with the heathens. This is what the Lord is saying. Back in 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Exodus 23 and 32. Again, thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. And this is exactly what Israel did. The wicked men of Israel went and made a covenant with the heathen, man. That's why people right now, they trust in Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Now, when you go to Isaiah 28, Isaiah 28 and verse 15, and it reads, Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death. Who is death, man? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. I'm going to prove that. And with hell, are we at agreement? And they are in agreement, man. All you to make a covenant with death, man. Who is death? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. It say, reading again, Isaiah 28 and 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. Hell just means a condition, your judgment, or the grave. Okay? When the overflowing scourges shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. So they have made lies their refuge. What lies, man? Making a covenant with the heathens, man. Thinking they're going to prosper. But really, you're just digging your grave, man. Okay? You're digging a deep hole for yourself. Now, when they say they have made a covenant with death, let's see who death is, man. Now this is Habakkuk or Habakkuk chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Who is that? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. But the just shall live by faith. Talking about the elect Israel. Verse 5, continued by Esau. Yet also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death. Okay? So when the heathen said, when the wicked Israelites said what? In 1 Maccabees chapter 1, right? Verse 1, let us go make a covenant with the heathen. Okay? Let us go make a covenant with the heathen. Now who is death? It said who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. Okay? Now this going back to Isaiah chapter 15. Isaiah chapter 20 verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death and with hell. Are we at agreement? That's talking about Esau Edom, man. The so-called white man. Because they are death, man. They are the harbingers of death, man. They are death. Okay? And it's hell, man. So showing you how these scriptures link up, man. They made a covenant with the heathen, and they still doing it today when they go vote, man. Our people trust in Egypt, which is North America, Babylon the Great, virgin daughter of Babylon, mystery Babylon. Okay? They have made a covenant with the heathen, man. And guess what? They're going to fall with them too, man. Because, watch this. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword, man. So if you join to these Edomites, man, through their covenant, the covenant that you made, you heathen, you Israelite, you wicked Israelite men, and you women, you're going to fall with them, man. Okay, everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Isaiah 13 and 15. Everyone that is joined to them shall fall by the sword. Who was it them? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, it said they are as death, man, and hell. Okay, they made a covenant with the heathen. The Lord said, don't make no covenant. Don't trust in the spirit of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, they take counsel, but not of Yahweh. You take counsel of the heathen, man. Okay, the Lord said they are all forgers of lies, man. They are physicians of no value. But you trusting in them. Our people put their trust in these wicked Edomites, man. And they will not help you in the time of your judgment, man. It's Proverbs chapter 8, verse 36. But he that sinneth against me, this is Yahweh speaking. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me loveth death. So if you hate Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, that means you love Esau, Edom, so-called white man, death. Because that's what they taking you by making a covenant. Straight to the grave, man. Okay? To the lake of fire. Everyone that is joined with them shall be destroyed, man. Okay? You shall be slaughtered by the sword. Okay? Race riot, concentration camps, famine, or them ICBMs, man. Them intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Okay? This is Psalms chapter 2, verse 12. And it reads, kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him, in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, man. If you trusting in this system, man, which you do, okay, because you trust in your Social Security, your disability, your stamps, your Section 8 housing, your Habitat housing, okay, you trust in your government fundings, The Lord said, you don't trust in him. Death is coming to you, man. Because you have literally made a covenant with death, man. This is Luke chapter 10 and verse 16. And it reads, he that heareth you, heareth me. And he that despiseth you, despiseth me. And he that despiseth me, despiseth him that sent me. So the Lord have sent his prophets, okay, his men to be watchmen, to let you know, Israel, wake up, man. Stop following the ways of the heathen, man. But guess what? You would not hearken to the men of the Lord, man. You would not listen to the watchmen who Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah have set up to show you the way, man, to give you the light. You want to follow after the ways of the heathen, man. Let me find this precept. You people, man, you don't want to listen to the laws of the Lord. You don't want to hear what the prophets got to say. You don't want to listen, man. So I'm going to go to Isaiah 62 and verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. Okay, that's the point, man. The Lord have set watchmen to give you the truth, man. Okay, the understanding. To give you the truth and the understanding, to make you understand what's about to happen, man. And the number one thing you must be doing is trusting in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because he is our deliverer, man. But our people will not hearken to the voice of the Lord. They trust in Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. The same one that hung you, okay, and drug you behind their trucks, burnt you alive, man, raped your women, raped you, okay, from buck breaking. You trust in this system of broken reed, man, okay? People will not hearken to Yahweh, man. But guess what? You're going to be destroyed for that. Because you will not listen to his watchmen, man. The Lord has set up watchmen to give you the correct understanding. This is Luke chapter 6 and verse 46, and it reads, And why call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? A lot of people gonna call him the Lord, man, but they ain't doing what he tell them to do, man. They ain't trying to follow laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of their abilities. Whosoever cometh to me and hear my sayings and do them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built an house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. And when you trust in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, you trusted in that rock, man. Okay? They cannot be moved, man. So if you build it, he's telling you, you build your house on the foundation of a rock, man. When the storm comes, it will not move. Okay, that's just like that little story with the three pigs. One made a house out of straw. Okay? One made a house out of brick, man. Hey, the one made his house out of the brick, guess what? It didn't move, man. It was built upon a rock, man. And this is what Yahweh Shah is saying right here in this parable. But our people don't trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. They trust in Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 15. Thus the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up this in their minds. And our people is not doing that, man. That his grace and mercy is with his saints. Who are the saints according to the Bible? The Israelites, man. That's Psalms 148 and 14. And that he have respect unto his chosen. Now, when you read in Romans, it said he had no respect of persons, man. But right here in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 15, read this again. Thus the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up this in their mind. And our people don't care, man. They don't understand Yahweh, man. Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. They ain't trying to understand. They ain't trying to get it. That his grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he have respect unto his chosen. Okay? Because it tell you that he had no respect of persons, man. Only his chosen elect he have respect to, man. Now, going to Matthew, chapter 7, verse 24. And it reads, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I would liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. Okay, and that's what it's about, man. Building your house upon a rock, man. Your faith must be sturdy as a rock, man. Okay, cannot be broken. Let me go. This is Psalms chapter 1. And I'm gonna start at verse 1. And it reads, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. That's beautiful. Because I was just saying, when you read Isaiah chapter 30, they take counsel, but not of the Lord. They go down to Egypt for help, which is North America. This is Psalm chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. You're supposed to be walking in the counsel of the ungodly. Okay? Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord Yahweh. And in his law doeth he meditate day and night. Hey, that's a precept to Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. Matter of fact, I gotta get it. This is Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law should not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. What Psalm chapter 1, verse 2 say? But his delight, talking about the elect man, okay, or the so-called Negroes, Chinos, and Native Americans, Yasha Allah. But his delight is in the law of the Lord Yahweh, and in his law do he meditate day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. What water? John 7:38, man. He that believeth on me, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. The living water. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Okay? Listen, man. That's this wisdom not to understand. That's that water, man. It tell you in Isaiah 55:1, man. Come ye, buy and eat. Okay? So, now I'm going to go to this First Maccabees chapter 4. And I'm going to start at verse 10. And it reads, now therefore let us cry unto heaven, if peradventure the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, will have mercy upon us, and remember the covenant of our fathers, and destroy this host before our face this day, that so all the heathen may know that there is one who deliver and save Israel, man. Israel. Then the stranger lifted up their eyes and saw then coming over against them, wherefore they went out of the camp to battle, but they that were with Judas sounded their trumpets. So my point was that so all the heathen may know that there is one who delivereth and saveth Israel. Okay? That's the point. Now this is Proverbs chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 26. And it reads, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. That's why when I read to you in 1 Maccabees chapter 1 verse 11, how the wicked Israelite men when they made a covenant with the heathen. Why? Because it say the righteous is more excellent than the neighbor, which is the Israelites, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. So that's right now today, man. Our people see what the wicked is doing, and they want to be joined to the heathen because of the customs that they got, man. Our people still want to put Christmas trees in their house, celebrate Thanksgiving, celebrate July the 4th, because the way of the wicked seduces them, man. It looks good to our people, okay? See, we Jacob, we plain men dwelling in tents, man. But Esau is a cunning hunter, man. They cunning in everything they do, man. They seduce you to make you want to be joined to them, man. Through their customs, what they're doing. It looks so good when you're on the other side, man. Okay? So when you're looking from the point of an Israelite point, it look good that the grass is all green. But guess what? When you get on that side of the customs and follow where the heathen, and you look back on the Israelite side, guess what? That grass is real dark green, man. And the grass that be on the side of the heathens, it be light brown, man. But at first it looked like it was real green until you get on that other side of the field, man. Then when you look back and be like, damn, look at Jake, man. Jake tent nice, the grass dark green, okay? And he's sitting there making a nice pot of lentils, man. Okay? A lentil soup, man. Fully cooked. But now you done went over there and got that half raw, still bloody meat, man. Thinking it's all good, but that custom ain't what you thought it was. Because guess what? We should not make a covenant with the heathens, man. You made a covenant with death, and you're going to die that way, man. Okay? Like Jeremiah 16 said, you're going to die a grievous death for making a covenant with these demons, man. Not considering. That's why I tell you in Isaiah chapter 1, matter of fact, I'm going to read it. Well, it's on my spirit to bring it out. While I'm speaking about it. Israel do not know, man. They do not consider nothing but what's in front of them, man. What looks good for the moment. This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. There are two stubborn animals, okay? But Israel do not know, my people doeth not consider. You don't even consider, man, what you're doing. You're just doing it because it looks good, trying to keep up with the Joneses, lusting after the cares of the world, which is going to lead you to your destruction, man. That's why Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 16 say this. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. And you're letting them lead you. What? The Lord said, if the blind lead the blind, they shall both end up in a ditch, man. And that's what's going on right now. Israel is following after the way of the heathen, and they are leading them into a ditch, man. Okay, you are being destroyed. You are falling into a ditch, man. Oh, going back to Isaiah 28 and verse 18. And it reads, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourges shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. The Lord said you shall be trodden down by that same covenant that you made, man. Okay? With the overflowing of scourges, that means you're going to be whipped, beat, grievous death to death. Okay? You're going to get grievous deaths, man. The Lord said you shall be trodden down by that same covenant that you made with the heathen, man. Hey, that is beautiful, man. For you 2/3. You're going to be destroyed, man. And this is 1 John chapter 3, verse 23. 1 John chapter 2, verse 23. And it reads, whosoever denieth the Son, the same hath not the Father. But he that acknowledgeth the Son hath the Father also. Hey, so if you ain't trying to hear what Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai got to say, guess what? Hey, death to you, man. This is St. John chapter 12, verse 38. St. John chapter 12, verse 48. And it reads, he that rejecteth me and receiveth not my words have one that judgeth him. And who is the judge? The Most High Yahweh. The words that I have spoken. I'm reading it again. He that rejecteth me and receiveth not my words have one that judgeth him. The words that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last day. And who gonna judge you? Yahweh, man. Okay? And he's sending his Son back with vengeance, man. It tell you in Isaiah 66 and 15 that the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. Many. Now this is 1 Peter chapter 3 and 15. And it reads, but let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. What's other men's matters? Making a covenant with the damn heathen, man. You being a busybody in other men's matters, man. And you should be worrying about your own nation, your own matters, which is this truth, man. This wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Because as Isaiah 33 and 6 say, that is what's going to save you, man. Having on the armor of righteousness, man. This wisdom, knowledge, understanding is going to save you, not nothing else. You're going to be destroyed for following after the ways of the heathen, man. You will be put to death because you want to keep up with the Joneses, man. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 17 and 18. And it reads, notwithstanding the Lord stood with me and strengthened me, that by me the preaching might be fully known, and that all the Gentiles may hear. And I was delivered out of the mouth of the lion. And the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, shall deliver me from every evil work, and will preserve me unto the heavenly kingdom, to whom be glory forever and ever. Amen. Listen, man. The only way you're going to get out of the mouth of the lion, man, is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. That's it. And I'm going to close on that. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And it reads, and wisdom and knowledge. I'm going to read verse 5. The Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, is his treasure. It's saying wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of what time? It shall be the stability of thy times. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. What times is he talking about? Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 6. And it reads, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Going back to Isaiah again, 33 and 6. So you can get it clear. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. What times? Jeremiah 30 and 6. Alas, Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So the time is coming, man. And only wisdom and knowledge is going to get you out of them times, man. The time of Jacob trouble. And since you have made a covenant with the heathens, you already done destroyed yourself, okay? Because everybody want to prosper and be over righteous and want to be wealthy and living good. Guess what? Matter of fact, one more precept. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Hey, so you chasing after that almighty dollar, man, which is your God, man, okay? Which is Esau Edom God. And he got you making a covenant with him so you can chase that almighty dollar, man. So guess what? You're going to die by that same almighty dollar, which is nothing. It's nothing, man. You're going to be destroyed for some FRNs, man. Okay, either by famine, race riot, martial law, the concentration camps. Okay, we have rapists everywhere. We have serial killers everywhere. Pedophiles everywhere. ICBMs flying everywhere. And chariots everywhere. So, the time of Jacob trouble will be upon you because guess what? You did not put on the yoke of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. Matter of fact, the Lord said, quench not the spirit, man. This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 29. And it reads, we start at verse 28. Come unto me, this is in the red, so this is Yahweh Shai speaking, who you fools, ignorantly called Jesus. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. He said, learn of him, Yahweh Shai, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Verse 30, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. That's all you got to do, man. Eat this roll diligently and go teach the house of Israel, man. Put on the yoke of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, and you shall have salvation, man, if you endure to the end. Hey, title of this lesson, our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. I want to see our praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah Quraj. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well. And a sincere salutation to all the ark pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Agwaf who are listening and learning. Lord's witness was edifying. Shalom.